afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Bhavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for joining us. As the U.S. Navy continues to maintain an operational presence near South America, Venezuela's ambassador to T&T, Alvaro Sanchez Cordero, says his country and T&T continue to share cordial relations. During CNC3's The Morning Brew program today, Cordero said his country is not the aggressor in any conflict, as he accused the United States government of harassing Venezuela for decades.
The way to respond is not what the United States not only did this time, but you mentioned 2019, and not just 2019. For the past 26 years, more than a quarter of a century, the United States has been harassing Venezuela politically, creating instability.
And following news of Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissess's intention to deport 200 Venezuelans incarcerated in T&T's prisons, Cordero said his country has already been active in repatriating their own nationals from other countries.
We're bringing practically on a daily basis, we're bringing 200-300 Venezuelan migrants from the United States to Venezuela on airplanes.
Well, Sanchez said his country has always been willing and open to peaceful dialogue. Yesterday, Colombia's President Gustavo Petro said it is extremely important that this country searches for the remains of the people killed in what he described as a civilian vessel. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissess responded, saying that the boat was not a civilian one and this country will not be wasting resources to conduct any searches for the bodies. On to some other news now. Tutor's Tobago officer Brayden Roberts is lamenting the lack of communication between the union and the Tobago House of Assembly. Referring to the late payment of teachers' salaries last week, Roberts said that the Education Division had the proper tools to communicate with teachers. However, they didn't use them.
We are having that feeling that the division just does what they want whenever they feel like doing it, and we have to accept it. They have the email address, the work email for all our teachers. So if there is any issue of any kind, salary or any other kind, there is the means for them to communicate with the teachers.
He says there are also several issues that they are still waiting on central government to address, such as police presence in Tobago schools, as well as administrative changes. Now to this. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day, and psychiatrist Dr. Varma Singh says there are certain conditions which predispose individuals to suicidal tendencies. Now, he says some of these factors can be physical, such as debilitating illness which come with chronic pain. And there are other factors, including mental illness, which increases the probability of someone taking their own life.
If you suffer from depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, that will now give us a higher factor where this person might want to harm themselves.
Dr. Singh adds that societal demands, including family and relationship issues, also play a major part in suicides.
Substance abuse. So some people may decide, I have stress, I don't want to deal with it in a traditional way, I reach out for substance. So all these will be risk factors. The other risk factors too is if one of your relatives has died by suicide, that increases your risk.
Now, the International Association for Suicide Prevention says an estimated 720,000 people die by suicide worldwide each year. This year's observance is focusing on changing the narrative on suicide. A 21-year-old foreign national was robbed at gunpoint at San Fernando Hill on Monday. Around 4 p.m., the young man, who was under a shed, was approached by two men, one armed, who stole his iPhone, $190 in cash and a gold ring before escaping on foot. Now, when CNC3 News went to the hill, most visitors were unaware of the incident. Many expressed sadness that bandits are now targeting the historic landmark, once considered a safe and peaceful destination for both local and international tourists. One visitor shared that he too had been robbed at gunpoint in the past, describing it as deeply traumatizing.
It is very beautiful. It's a nice place in Trinidad and Tobago to come, but security reasons, they should put more security up here.
They should have patrols.
Yeah, more patrols, and have foot security too. Not only just to the bottom of the hill, because he down there while you're getting robbed up here.
Well, CNC3 News observed a security officer posted at the bottom of the hill, and another security officer was seen sitting in an open area on the upper floor of the main building. Some visitors say the thought of being robbed on the hill never crossed their mind.
It's really shocking to hear, and They should put stricter measures in place, more security patrols, for the safety of persons around visiting.
Well, San Fernando Mayor Robert Parris condemned the incident and urged visitors to remain vigilant. He said he will seek to increase patrols on the hill, especially during peak hours. The mayor explained that a MOU to transfer management of the hill to the San Fernando City Corporation has not fully materialized, but he hopes the new government will honor it. Meanwhile, attempts to reach Agriculture Minister Ravi Rajaram were unsuccessful. Meanwhile, a suspected chain snatcher is in police custody after he was pointed out by a victim minutes after he reportedly stole her jewelry on Arapita Avenue. Police said the woman was standing outside a bar at around 11:50 p.m. on Tuesday when someone grabbed her gold chain from around her neck. The woman then saw two men running away and called out to her boyfriend, who was standing nearby. The woman's boyfriend chased the bandits onto Warner Street but lost track of one of the suspects. The man called the police, who arrested the suspect, but they did not find the stolen item. Officers of the Woodbrook CID are continuing inquiries. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with Sport News.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh-cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488, 701-6680, 728-6786, or visit our website to order.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste. Just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Do you also find putting on shoes awkward? Do it like me. Put them on easily without using your hands. It's like an invisible shoehorn helping you step right into the shoe. You don't even have to bend down. Just slide your foot in and you're done. Try it. Skechers Slip. Hands-free.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
You can tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Trinray's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Trinray's risen to become a true force to be reckoned with. With an unbeaten Carry A rating, they boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Trinray's financial and technical strength at its best.
Trinray, premier insurance coverage for less.
Welcome back in sport. Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors suffered a 2-0 defeat to the Jamaica Reggae Boys in the final round of CONCACAF qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA World Cup to be held in the USA, Mexico and Canada. The host scored in both halves at the National Stadium in Kingston on Tuesday night to seal all 3 points, leaving the visitors third in the 4-team standings with 1 point from their goalless draw against Curacao last Friday at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in Mucurapo. Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors will now have to win their remaining 4 matches, where the qualifying campaign resumes on October 10th against Bermuda and 4 days later against Curacao. Let's wish the team all the best in its future matches. Meanwhile, police in Barbados are investigating the robbery of a Caribbean Premier League official, which took place on Tuesday morning. The official chance of making the playoffs. That's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Listen, haven't you heard?
Marriage Westside Supermarket is having
an extravagant sale.
That's extravagant news.
Visit us at Maharaj Supermarket, located at the corner of King and Rupert Street, Sarima, and also Jumbo Foods, situated at 119 to 121 Eastern Main Road, Sawa, and save big.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
You can tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Trinray's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Trinray's risen to become a true force to be reckoned with. With an unbeaten Carry A rating, they boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Trinray's financial and technical strength at its best.
Trinray, premier insurance coverage for less.
Advance your career and increase your earning potential with the University of Bedfordshire's MBA program at CTS College. This UK-accredited MBA is globally and ACTT recognized and is the most affordable in Trinidad and Tobago. With 6 intakes per year and the option to study 1 unit at a time, you can complete the general MBA or one of 6 specializations in 12 months. And with flexible entry requirements and payment options, students with various backgrounds can enroll. Contact CTS College today and find out how you can get $12,000 off.
The Guyana government has joined in condemning an Israeli airstrike in Doha, Qatar, just a mile from the Guyana embassy. Officials describe it as a violation of international law and a threat to Qatar's sovereignty and regional peace. Guyana says the strike does nothing to advance peace in Gaza or the Middle East. The government highlighted Qatar's role as a key ally in counterterrorism and its diplomatic efforts with the United States and Egypt to resolve the conflict. Guyana urged respect for international law and support for global peace efforts. Hundreds of students across Washington, D.C. walked out of classes to protest the deployment of National Guard troops. Some support the Trump administration's decision, while others strongly oppose it. Here's more in this report.
Come here. That we absolutely are involved. We're aware. We're not an ignorant generation of people. We care about what is happening.
All over the district, DC's young people using their voices. Georgetown, Howard, George Washington, and American students with a message to President Trump.
To let him know that this city doesn't stand with him, GW doesn't stand with him, the student body, the staff, we don't stand with him.
A lot of what we've been feeling is just this discontent for these actions that the Trump administration has been taking.
But not everyone feels this way.
They like to say that their freedoms are being encroached upon. I mean, I think that's just not right.
Kieran Laffey represents college Republicans at GW and says he supports the National Guard presence in D.C.
Students here on campus, since this move has been made by the federal government, they're feeling safer, they're feeling better.
The federal surge is scheduled to come to an end tomorrow night at the stroke of midnight. The National Guard staying until November. But in the meantime, students say they'll continue to speak up.
Also to build solidarity and remind people that there's still good in the world and that no one is alone. We're all here together and we're all in it together.
Let's check in with Jean-Marc Rampersad for a look at the weather forecast.
We had 1 or 2 heavy showers over eastern Trinidad this morning, which also resulted in some areas experiencing partly cloudy conditions. The sky seemed a bit hazy this morning as well, and that's due to the influx of Saharan dust today. However, improvement in the air quality will come as soon as tomorrow when the dust moves off to the west. For the remainder of the day, we can expect these hot and hazy conditions to continue despite a few brief showers, and there's still a medium chance of an isolated afternoon thunderstorm favoring western coastal areas of Trinidad.
Well, thank you for joining us for a look at the day's developments so far. We'll have these stories and so much more coming up for you in a major newscast at 7 p.m. today. Until then, have a great day.
ये देखिए अच्छी है ना।